So one of the things that it is that I love about the MAGA movement and those far right weirdos who actually believe and support in Donald Trump is the way in which that they're going to be willing to bend themselves into pretzels to support Donald Trump regardless of decisions that he makes. Let's have it right. At this point, Donald Trump could turn around and say, I'm going to shoot one of your family members, and MAGA would bow down and say it's the right thing to do because Donald Trump wants to do it. In this video, we're going to see a Republican journalist try and do his best to downplay the backlash that Donald Trump is receiving on his decision to bomb Iran. As usual, let's watch the video in full and I'll give you guys my thoughts towards the end.
So, is there trouble within the MAGA movement? We're joined now by the Republican insider, Matthew Foldy, editor-in-chief of the Washington Reporter. Good to have you with us. So tonight, Donald Trump said he would absolutely consider bombing Iran again. How will that go down in MAGA world?
It's a great question. And honestly, I think the divisions are far overstated. If you look at actual polling of Americans more broadly and of Republicans and of Trump voters specifically, the strikes like what he did are incredibly popular. There are some very loud voices, Tucker Carlson, I think probably being the most prominent of them, who have said that any serious action, which we did in America do, would lead to World War III. Now, I spent last week in Israel on a journalist trip hiding from Iranian ballistic missiles for 5 days. I'm sitting here in America now. Last I checked, World War III is not happening. So when you actually break down where Americans, where Republicans, where Trump voters, and even where Democrats sit on this, Americans remember 9/11, and we are not fans of Islamic terrorism. We are not fans of countries like Iran that parade deranged lunatics screaming death to America, getting nuclear weapons. And how did we get here? I mean, I think you guys obviously saw this. There were divisions even within the Trump administration prior to the strikes.
Okay.
But at this point, from what I've seen, what I cover, Republicans in Congress and some Democrats are totally behind Trump. The wind has been taken out of the sails in efforts to restrict and curb Trump's power to do strikes like this. You know, I think politically for Democrats, it's kind of bad optics. I think it would be as foolish as if Republicans had tried to impeach Barack Obama after he got bin Laden. You know, most people in America, I think, understand the existential threat that a nuclear Iran would pose. So I think the divisions you're asking about are there, but they're very overstated.
I mean, on the subject of trying to curb the powers of the president, it's been another busy day for the White House. The Supreme Court has moved to curb the power of lower courts in their ability to block the president's executive orders. I mean, he's cheering now, but Republicans have used exactly this route for challenging what Joe Biden did. And if there were a Democrat in the White House, you know, you might want to do the same. So could this backfire in the end?
Yeah, it's a good question. And this is why, you know, some people on the right, like Mitch McConnell famously, are very pro keeping things like the filibuster intact because, you know, no party in America, no party in Britain is going to be in charge forever. So short term, this is a huge win for Trump. The ruling based on birthright citizenship, obviously, is a big win for him in the short term. And he's already said, hey, I want to plow forward and not be able to be stopped by these nationwide injunctions. It's not necessarily giving the president new power, but it is curbing the power of individual judges in America. And I think people like Trump see that as a huge rebalancing of the scales of justice. And it is kind of crazy, regardless of who's president, if there's some random judge who no one elected who's able to derail the entire federal policy of America. Hopefully now, you know, people will have stability. You know, stability is generally speaking a good thing. And if one random judge no one has heard of is able to derail an administration, sometimes that can pose huge problems.
Okay, Matthew Foldy, I think we're going to have to leave it there, but really appreciate you joining us on a
Happy to be here as always.
on a busy night.
Very busy. Have a great weekend.
So for me, what's interesting when it comes to MAGA and anybody who supports Donald Trump is this. Like I said at the start of the video, these guys will do anything, absolutely anything, to prove their loyalty to Donald Trump. These are the guys that ran on no new wars. Donald Trump specifically said to people he would not start any new wars and he would be focused on America first. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. There was absolutely no need whatsoever for Donald Trump to bomb Iran. There was none. None whatsoever. The conflict was between Iran and Israel. But Donald Trump decided to not put America first and then go ahead and bomb Iran. And we've seen major backlash from it. We've seen Steve Bannon come out. We've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene come out. We've seen Tucker Carlson come out. And these are people that are repulsive. I don't like none of these people. But I'm just telling you guys the facts. All of these people came out against Trump and against his actions and what it is that he's done. But not just that. Even some of the biggest political commentators that are out there, I think his name, is it Dave Smith? Someone who's a regular on Piers Morgan's show. He came out against Donald Trump because this is not what they voted for. But this is just another example of F around and find out. They have found out that Donald Trump was willing to lie to them to get back into office. And now he's back into office. Number one, he's not planning to leave. But number two, he's not going to do anything that it is that he discussed or that he spoke about. That's Donald Trump for you. And that's the reality. Now, we know that Donald Trump lies a lot of the time. We know this. But why is it that MAGA didn't know this? Why is it that MAGA didn't know this? They actually believed him when he ran on no new wars. But he lied to them and he caught them out. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Always want to hear your guys' points of view and your guys' thoughts. While you guys are down there, do a massive favor and hit that thumbs up button purely for the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you guys and I will see you guys in the next one.